It's that time of the year where we get a Tamiya and we make it go as fast as we can. It's the Poorboys RC Speed Challenge. It's been going for a good few years now, and what happens every year, a chassis gets chosen, there's a set of rules, and basically you have to try and, well, make them go fast. Last year was the Hornet and the Grasshopper chassis. Last year was also the first year that I'd entered it, and controversially, I got a Grasshopper and I put an Evo, a Hornet Evo back end, a Hornet Evo front end, and I got, I think it was 83 or 85 mile an hour. If you know nothing about this challenge, then go and check out the Poorboys RC channel. There's loads of info on there. This year is the ORV chassis that came on the Frog, the Monster Beetle, the Brat, the Blackfoot, and there may have been some others, but the Frog's one of the more common ones, although I reckon more people will probably remember the Monster Beetle. Anyway, I got myself a Frog. Have also managed to find a Brat. These are very hard to get in the UK, but I managed to get a Brat. That's more for spares, and I'm probably going to use the body on that. I had some good success with the Grasshopper hard body. I'm not a big fan of the Frog one, and there's not much there, so I want to get a little bit more aero using the hard body Brat. So I'm not going to need that. We don't need the brushed ESC because we're not going brushed. There is 4 categories this year, talk about them in a minute. I'm not going to need the wheels, probably not going to need the driver, not going to need the tyres, not going to need the decals. Wow, I don't need much at all. Probably just going to need this box. So usually there's 3 categories. There's brushed, brushless and open. This year, Phil from Poorboys RC has added a 4th category, which is stock. And that's pretty much, I think, pretty much bone stock with a motor limit of 15 turns. The other 3 classes are open to modification as long as it's an off-the-shelf part. You can't start 3D printing, cutting chassis in half, strapping it to the top of an infraction. You can do some of that in the open class, which is basically a free-for-all with a few small rules, but brushed and brushless is off-the-shelf parts. You can make some adjustments that aren't going to increase performance. So if you need to modify the chassis slightly to get the battery in and bits and pieces like that. There's lots of rules, I can't go over all of them, but I think I'm going to enter the brushless category, which is the category I entered in last year with the Grasshopper Evo. I was just about to say I've got time to see what I'm going to do, but I haven't really got time. It's the 8th of July. The challenge actually starts the 1st of June. You have all of June to build, test, you know, do all your speeds and stuff. And then July is when you then start submitting your speeds and doing stuff like that. So I've had a whole month of doing nothing. And now I'm leaving it until, well, pretty much the last minute to get this built, get something together and just see what we can do. I've got a few upgrades and stuff. I'll talk about them more in a minute, but the main one is the gearbox. If you're familiar with the ORV chassis, the gearbox, if you've owned a Monster Beetle in the past, if you go a little bit too heavy on the throttle or if you upgrade it a bit, what happens is the motor plates come apart slightly and then the diff slips. So I got an upgraded gearbox housing that has carbon fibre side plates on it, which will help hopefully. So I'm just going to get this chassis built into kind of a slider, no wheels and tyres and stuff, just a basic chassis, and then I'll show you what motor I'm using and, well, my plans. Right, so I'm at a point now where we can get the motor fitted. There's the upgraded gearbox. I've shimmed the diff either side to try and stop it pulling apart. You'll see the suspension there doesn't look like the stock stuff. It does actually come with some oil shocks for the rear. I didn't realise, but it doesn't have shocks on the front. I'm sure the Monster Beetle and the Blackfoot do, but it's just done with like a little spring and a little push thing there. So I'm gonna have to work something out to try and get that to sit a little bit lower. I'm sure I can work something out. Little low profile servo in there. It's a special edition AGFRC. Once we've got it all built as well, I will adjust the suspension just to bring it down a little bit. I just want a little bit of suspension at the rear, but I do want some rake as well. So that means the front sits lower than the back, but I'll adjust all that once I've got it built. Now I did buy some upgraded hubs because these front ones break really easily. These are the same as what's on the Sand Scorcher, and I've broke a fair few of them. But these ones don't seem to fit in that bracket there. Whether you have to bend that out, I don't know. But even if I could get them to fit, the shafts they come with are way too long. They go in there. And look how much longer they are than the standard one. They're massive. So again, I don't know whether these are, even though it says Frog, I don't know whether these are for like the Monster Beetle and Blackfoot. So that upgrade is a fail. I've got an adjustable motor mount that I might not need to use. And I've got some bracing that goes on the front. But again, I think this is for the Monster Beetle or Blackfoot, because I'm pretty sure they have a tall bracket there that the suspension goes on. And this brace is designed to go down and stop that from flexing. I mean, in all fairness, it does say Blackfoot and Monster Beetle on the back. I just put ORV in AliExpress and just bought what I could see just in case I needed it. Although I am looking forward to doing a speed run with a relatively stock chassis, so nothing crazy changed on it. So I am interested to see how fast we can get this thing. I'm not sure we're going to get the crazy speeds we got last time. Although I have seen, I think someone's already got over 80 mile an hour in the brushless class. Not sure I'm going to get there. And I think the open class is already up to 90 something. There is no doubt this motor will push it to that speed. To Rocket 3.5 turn. It's the same. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's the same as what I put in the Evo Grasshopper. I think this is a slightly different one, but such a nice looking motor. It's almost too nice to put in a car. Anyway, that's going to go in there, and the good thing about this chassis is it leaves all this open, so there's plenty of space to put the cables on the motor and get it in there all right. Because the KV of this, which is the RPM, the amount of revolutions per volt, I can't remember what this one is, I'm sure it's 9,000 something. Because it's got a really high KV, I'm not going to go crazy with gearing. I've just put the smallest spur gear it comes with the kit, and then I put the biggest pinion in the kit in there. Because I think with the RPM of this, it's got plenty of speed to get there. It's just whether we can physically get it there. That's the big question. Anyway, I've got to leave it there for today because I have got a distraction over the next couple of days. I expect you've seen this video by now, but I am off to the Goodwood Festival Speed. We've got the CC01 Hilux, and it's towing the trailer with a brand new built Sand Scorcher. Look at that body. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm off there for a couple of days. When I get back, I'm going to get this thing finished, then we're going to take it to give it its first send. So yeah, anyway, the next bit you're going to see is it's all finished, ready to go. I've just been sat staring at this for ages. There's something about like a fast Tamiya. I'm talking more about this sort of like classic chassis shape, not like a TT01 or anything like that. Just something about one of these chassis when it's low slung, when it's got a crazy motor in it. I don't know, there's just something about it that it looks wild. Look at it. It was the same when I built the Evo Grasshopper, lunchbox brushless I've done, the Sand Scorcher. There's just something about it. This chassis though, I think this probably looks the best. Look at it. It's just really nice. We've got a 3.5 turn motor in there, Copperhead 10 ESC. We've got that nice servo. They are WL Toys shocks out of, you know, their buggies there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, whatever they are. So WL Toys shocks, I can't remember where the springs are from, but they're on one of my speed run WL Toys. I've got a little bit of fuel tubing in there. That will restrict how far that goes down. Put some beefier steering links on. I just found these in my spares because the little, where are they? I think I've put them away, but the little thin ones that come on here that slot through the servo horn, they're not going to really be all that great. I've lowered the front. So like I said, there's no shocks and springs on the front of this. It's done with like the little spring in there, but very minimal movement on there. And it's a really simple thing I've done. I drilled a hole in the bottom of this arm and on that side. And then in there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little screw in there, the nut on. You can see the nut on the top end there. These like suspension arms have got little like bits that stick out the bottom, and I've put that in there as a stopper. So I've kind of made like a droop screw. So it's just gonna stop it from drooping down. It keeps it nice and low. I'm using the FTR10 receiver and I use my Noble transmitter. This thing has got mega range, so I don't want to lose signal on this, and it gives me a good run up. So I need to just go over it and check the suspension's sitting right. I might put a gyro on it. I might try and find a gyro. This receiver hasn't got one on it, but it might need one. So I'm using these drag wheels. I usually use Contact RC, but I couldn't find them. But someone sent me a link to these ones. I think they're exactly the same. They're just under a different brand. They're these hot race ones. So super wide on the back, which I wanted. And then I've cut down. I've cut these ones really thin. These are front ones. They weren't the same as this. They do front ones as well. So I've trimmed them down to like 50% because they were rubbing on the steering knuckle. I've also done another set which aren't quite as thin. If I'm trying to make small corrections and it's struggling to go straight, I mean, this is probably going to be quite light on the front end. I might swap to these to see if that helps. As you can see, I've got a tyre truer, and I just put a like a hacksaw blade on there just to cut them. Do it nice and carefully, and then you get a bit of sandpaper and just round the inner edge off, and then they pretty much look stock. I've seen a lot of people go for like big wheels and stuff, and obviously that changes the gearing. I prefer to go for the smaller wheel, the higher RPM, and that keeps this thing lower to the ground, which hopefully will keep it more stable. Right, body. I did make a body for it, like the Lexan body. I actually got some decals from MCI, so I got them changed. So they're more like the City Turbo colours to fit the channel. And I cut it out, and I was thinking about it. And then I remembered my Grasshopper Evo. I used a hard body, and it adds actually a bit of rigidity to the chassis. And I just think it's better for speed running, because you can fix it on, like you can screw it on. It doesn't wobble around. When you put these Lexan bodies on, they always wobble about a bit. The fronts are a little bit soft. So I've gone hard body. Screw through the top there, made a hole each side so it'll screw on there, and as you'll see, it is going to sit super low. Cut the arches so we can turn. The only thing it's missing is a bit of paint and some decals, but as this is a speed run car and it's probably going to get trashed, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Still want to go for that blue and red, so I'm going to use that as a reference. I got a brand new pack of Sharpies, and I'm going to colour it in. And it's probably going to look really shit, but I don't care. I think we're ready. And before you ask, no, I'm not painting your bodies. I haven't got time to do these custom paint jobs for everyone. This is definitely a one-off. Oh dear, right, it better go fast. Right, first job is to get this thing going straight. All right, let's trim her up. Oh, it needs trimming a lot. Sounds nice and smooth though, which is good. That looks nice and that looks straight. Is that straight? Oh, a little bit that way. I'm gonna do a 50% run first. Actually, let's make this official just in case this is the only run we get today. So we've got a 3.5 turn brushless motor in there. That's the battery. It is a 3-cell Rolalo one. Hang on. So to make these runs official, you have to show your battery cells, show the motor. Can you see in there? There you go, look. There is 4 wires on that, 3S. Yeah, motor, I think ESC maybe. There's a Copperhead 10 in there. And we'll wait for some satellites and then we can show that, the GPS is right on the front. No hiding that. Right, there we go, and it's reading. No cuts in the video or anything like that. This is going to be a 50% run. I've got a little bit of launch control on this as well. It's got like a 5-second launch. I won't go too far with this one. I just want to make sure it's tracking okay. I'm going to go the wind behind me. Here we go. There you go, 50%. Oh, it's going all right. Goes pretty straight. It wanders a little bit. It wanders just a little bit. The good thing about these Noble Plus, I mean, you can do it on a few transmitters, but I've got it set on a switch so I can switch the dual rate and the expo. So once I get into position, I push the switch and then it's got very little steering. It needs a bit of a tweak actually. It's got very little steering. Oh. It's alright, I thought that it stopped then, but it's because I've got that launch control on. 50% power, or 50% throttle. What was, oh, come on. So annoying. Does this all the time. Just bins out. Right. 49 mile an hour. Oh, we need to go 100%, don't we? Right. Right, let me just reset everything and I'll be back for a full power run. I don't usually do this, but we'll stop it, get it to 0, and then we'll start it again. There we go. This is going to be sketchy. I'm going to go way up, way up. I might fast forward this bit. I should have loads of range on this transmitter with a booster on. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. I might not get full throttle, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Way! Whoa, massive crash. A huge crash. When it got up to full throttle, it just lost traction. Oh man, that went way into the field. It could be disaster. One and done. That went flying. I don't know if you saw it. The body went right up in the air, which means it's probably broken. Oh man. No way. It's gone into this field. That's disaster. Oh, where's it gone? I can't see any. I can't even see where it went off the road. Don't say I've lost it. There's no way I've lost it. Is it still running? Let me try the throttle. Yeah, I can hear the throttle. Okay, that's good news. It means I could probably find it. Right, we're going in. Sorry, farmers. There you are. Right. Oh, look, the body's properly come off. Right, where's the body then? I wonder if the GPS is still on it. This could be absolute disaster here. The body probably didn't actually go as far as the car. Oh, right. What did it read? Oh, 71. 71 mile an hour. No crashing allowed. I walked till it disappears. There we go, right, so it's gone. Now it's picked it up there. Let's do some pacing. Right, that was 15 paces. So if I do 7.5, 7, it should be here somewhere. Oh, the GPS is there. I feel really bad because there's going to be plastic amongst all this food. It was but a flesh wound. Anyway, it looks like it's okay, apart from the body is obviously completely trashed. Recovered the body. Thank you, drone. And it means I don't have to feel guilty for the farmers. Right, let's give this thing another go. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of the Grasshopper Evo last year, where it was straight as a die and absolutely solid. I've seen people getting these already over 100. Well, one guy that's completely rebuilt it, but a pretty stock one over 100 mile an hour. How? I don't know. Well, 71 wasn't our official time. 49 is actually a good official time. But right, let's start it again. Switch it on. Right. So this time I've taken the like the launch control off. I'm just going to do it all by feel. I think the problem was I hit full throttle and it hadn't quite got there, then all of a sudden it just ripped. So we're gonna go au naturel. Just my throttle finger is in charge. I'm just gonna stand behind my car, just so if it goes into the field again, I can see it. I was blinded by my car and I couldn't see where it went. Right, here we go. Come on. That's better, that's better. Oh, oh, come on. That was a nice solid run. I just couldn't steer. I had my dual rate down too much. I couldn't steer it away from the curb. I hope the GPS stayed on. Didn't quite go as far in the field this time. Just in here. Is the GPS on it? Yes! Oh man. Oh dearie me. Oh, and oh no, we lost the drive shaft. Okay, that might be the last one. What was it? 81. A failed attempt at 81. Oh dear. Show's not over till the fat lady sings, right? I'm gonna do it again. More tape. Same motor, I've got a spare drive shaft, so I've stuck that in. Copperhead 10 ESC, Rolalo battery. Oh. Hang on. I need to show you the wires. I can't see. Ah, there, look, actually you can see it just there, look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. This is so sketchy. I want to do better than 49 mile an hour though for my official run. I got this. I got this. Here we go. Right, hang on. Behind my car. Not taking any risks. Come on, brat. Show us what you got. Oh, it's a bit wobbly now. It's a bit wobbly now. Just keep it steady, keep it straight, keep it straight. Oh, I think I got it. Right, bring it back. Bring it back. This is gonna be my official run. I don't care what it is. It's got to be better than 49. It is all over the place. So definitely something's bent or damaged. Come on, don't crash it on the way back. Look at it, it's all over the place. Can you see? It is wobbling all over the place. Come on. I hope that was about over 70. I'd like to get over 70. That'd be a good speed. Oh, bang on 80. I am happy with that, 80 mile an hour. I don't think we're gonna do any more. 3.5 turn motor, Copperhead 10. Where's the battery? 3 cell, can you see that? 3 cell LiPo, Rolalo, yeah, 5,000 milliamp hour. Wow. 80 mile an hour from something that's, how old's the brat? Is it 80s? And it's pretty stock. Obviously a modified gearbox to stop it from separating. Everything else on it, obviously suspension lowered, but it's pretty much stock. Even though I've got to enter the open class because of the amount of cutouts on that, I think that's pretty good. Right, come on, go out in a bit of a smoke show. Whoa! That was emotional, wasn't it? Wow, that took some effort. I am so pleased that I decided to take my drone along in the back of the car. It was actually really windy. This thing doesn't do very well. It's a little DJI Neo, or Neo 2, I think. It struggles a lot in the wind, and it was sort of like at a funny angle and it kept beeping at me. But I managed to find, I don't want to say it was pure luck. It took me a while, but I managed to find the body. I was a bit worried that all the plastic was going to get churned up by a combine harvester or something. I wasn't so much concerned about losing it. I just didn't want a big bit of, I'm sure there's other stuff in that field, but I didn't want to be the person that left a big chunk of plastic in the middle of like a field full of whatever that was, barley or whatever it is. Anyway, I mean, if we didn't find the body, I wouldn't have been able to do them other runs. Look at it. I mean, 80 mile an hour, that is still some achievement for, just an old chassis. Like I said, I've not really done anything to it apart from make the ride height lower and put a custom gearbox on so it doesn't have that issue where the diff separates and it slips like the original one does. But I would say that's a good achievement. It's not quite Grasshopper Evo from last year. And like I said, there's people over 100 mile an hour already, and I mean, fair play to them, especially the 100 mile an hour with, again, a pretty stock chassis. I've got no idea how they managed to control that thing. What did this do? 80. So I think it was 106 I've seen. Insane. Full respect for that run. I've got no more time now, so that is one and done. Well, a bit more than one and done. I'm gonna download the log from the ESC because I'm quite interested to see what RPM it was and what current draw it was. So it's lucky I had this tape as well. There was a lot of luck today. I didn't want 49 mile an hour to be my only run, or only legitimate run. Probably would have been better with the frog body actually, wouldn't I? But it is what it is. Ah, that's my steering issue. It just looks like that's twist. Oh, that was it. That's come loose. Oh, I could have tweaked that and maybe done another run. Oh well, I don't think I'd have got much more. I think I was pretty much on the limit of its capabilities. And this is my second year doing it and it's been just as fun. I've not had as much time as I wanted. I've been busy doing other stuff, but it's always fun to get Tamiyas going fast. So big shout to Phil, Poorboys RC, for doing these events. And I can't remember how many years he's been doing it now, but they just get bigger and bigger. And the speeds get faster and faster. Got some meat off them tyres when I was doing the burnout. So these Castle ESCs, other ESCs do it as well, but Castle's pretty good at it. You can download a lot of data, and that's what all the speedrun guys have been doing this for a long time, and you can actually see quite a bit from it. You can see if you're over geared, you can see if you didn't hold full throttle long enough, you can see if you were too aggressive on the throttle, you can see if your ESC's at its limit. It's really good. It gives you a lot of information. I'm not even sure what KV this is. I don't know if it says it on the website, but we should be able to check the KV. This log will tell me what RPM I reached at full throttle and what the voltage was. So we should be able to work it out from that. Let's go to the last run because that was... Right, so this looks like my fastest run. You can see where I obviously drove it to where I was going, paused for a bit, then there's the run, full run up to the top there, and then slowed it back down, and then you can see where I drove it back as well. Right, I've zoomed right in now, so you can see my really poor throttle curve. All the way up, spiked a couple of times, but it hit a peak. Is it there? 86, so 86,800. That's at 10.9. That's not bad actually. The sag isn't that bad on there. So 86,815 at 10.9 volts. Get my calculator out. If I do 86,815 divided by 10.9, 7,964. So it's going to be about 8,000 kV. That is a rapid motor, and it was screaming, absolutely screaming. Well, there we go. That is it for another year. I'm not done speed running for another year by a long shot. I've got Rossa coming up. I've got a couple of speed projects on the go as well that aren't going to be part of Rossa, or probably won't be part of Rossa. So there's still speed content to come. So definitely stay tuned for that. Subscribers have slowed down at the minute. I think it's because people watch on the telly, so you don't have subscribers. It's not as easy to subscribe. So do me a solid. I very rarely, probably once every few months, ask you to subscribe. And I always get someone in the comments going, oh, stop begging. I never ask for subscribers. So if you are watching on the telly and you can't subscribe, just go on your phone and give it a little podge. That's the battery I was using, and it held up really well. Only dropping to 10.9 volts at full throttle. That is decent for a battery. Very good.